Previously on Lancer, our Lancers investigated the lab incident to discover Alice had been the one to start the fire, seemingly attacking Dr. Russell. Later, Dr. Russell sent a hostage video recorded seemingly from the tram station at Unio headquarters. He has Alice, Vera, and various other Unio bigwigs held hostage. His demands? Fish. 18,000 must meet him at the assigned location by a certain time, or the hostages will be killed.
I'm very pro crashing this ship. I think that sounds cool as hell. It also sounds like, and I think Derrick, upon hearing Decency mention this, will pull a little medallion out from inside of his shirt, and it's the prop from a biplane, and he kisses it and he puts it back in, and he's like, Launchpad McQuack would be very into this idea.
Yes.
That's right, Decency. You suggested that we go ahead and crash Unio Transport 490 just right into these mechs.
Yeah, I'm thinking specifically not into the coffee shop where my favorite band plays. Don't you dare tell him that.
Only debris will go into the coffee shop.
You know what? I bet you could do it. But Decency, so to be clear, Decency, I mean, are you the one taking the reins here? Are you gonna talk to the transport crew about crashing this ship onto these mechs?
You know what? I think actually I will turn to Derrick McDuck and I will say, this seems like your wheelhouse. You want to take control of this situation?
I would like to take control of this situation. Can I make a roll for it?
Well, that depends. What are your roles? Take control of the situation?
Take control is a role that I have.
Yeah,
I can assert my authority.
Do it.
Let's hope for something good. 13 plus 2, 15.
Ooh, all right, Derrick. How do you get the transport crew on board?
I think Derrick just is listen, this is now a top-level priority Unio directive. You are going to get into the escape pods, and I'm going to commandeer this vessel in order to make sure that we all get paid next week. You feel me?
You commandeering...
Vera has been kidnapped.
What? No. Vera? Damn.
Yes.
You know, I always thought of all of our bosses, she was the hottest.
Yeah, get out of here. Get in the escape pod and leave.
Hatuey, I assume, screams at them until they get up and they run to the escape pods. Hey, you know, if anyone asks, we didn't do this. We stayed and we fought, okay?
That sounds great. I'll write you up a commendation about this.
The doors close and the ship is yours.
Yeah, I mean, I think what we should do is we should have the three of you in your mechs ready to go and launch out the back at the last second. And I've seen this done before. I think it's called the Holdo maneuver. And I will just take this directly into them. And I will try to hop into my mech at the last second and meet you out there on the battlefield.
I think that's great. I think Hatuey will just walk up to him, put a hand on his shoulder, say, "You got this," and then he runs over to his mech.
Oh, that's some good mentor shit.
As Hatuey is about to exit the door, Fish sort of brings up, might I remind all of my colleagues and friends and that if we are to enter the facility, the hostages will be killed.
If they see anyone other than you enter the facility, the hostages will be killed.
Can I just look right at Hatuey at that?
Oh yeah, he's ready to be invisible for sure. It's like, yes, you know I've got my cloaking. I'll be right behind you, Fish.
That is an option that I find adequate.
Also, I mean, before we crash a ship and do this, I consider you all my colleagues first, but also it's been great. So right back at you, Fish.
Decency, you better not plan on dying on me. I believe we have to go to Roscoe's show after this. And Derrick is like strapping himself into this seat, taking control of the ship and changing course.
Great. And Hatuey yells out, "Come on, you cookie bastards, let's do this!"
All right.
Beautiful.
Great. Down at on the surface level, chaos reigns. The citizens of Belena are trying to run from all of these mechs wreaking havoc. And outside of Decency's favorite coffee shop, not one, not two, not three, but 4 Roscoes are trying to guide civilians to safety. Get in here, everyone. We have downstairs, the basement. It's technically a bomb shelter, or at least it can withstand shelling, I think. Also, we have pool and a really cool stage. Everyone! Roscoe 1 looks on in horror as this mech steps right onto Roscoe 3. No! But it's okay, he's a hologram. I'm all right. I'm all right.
Like holographic head coming out of the toe.
All right. For the 3 pilots that are descending, where do you want your mechs to go?
I think for me, guns blazing is like as far forward towards the entrance exit as is like allowed is like where. I mean, I assume we're all like cool jumping off the ship as it crashes and landing in a cool way as it explodes behind us, right? Like,
I think it's going to explode in front of you.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I'm aiming for the mechs to the north and west of the coffee shop.
And by the way, who says it's going to explode? It might not explode. These things are made. It might just smush.
It might just smush.
Smush.
A sort of Ever Given style.
You ever given a mech a good smush? I don't know what to do with that information. Yeah.
Yeah, I think Hatuey would just really be tailing 18,000 at this point, wanting to be that backup, like you said, ready to follow
great.
in. And
are you going to start invisible, Hatuey?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Okay, great. Alrighties. So the battle is going to begin. Please describe how your mechs look as they jump out of this ship, looking real cool.
I guess the Ever Given will turn back and give a small salute to Derrick McDuck and just straight up step off the back of the thing. And it just smash, right? Like it just lands in the, I don't know, whatever this boardwalk is made out of, and some of the, say, stone just kind of crumples under its big feet.
Yeah, I'd say everything kind of rattles, actually, when the Ever Given lands. And in fact, I'm going to do a quick roll, a saving roll for these 3 to see if they're not knocked prone by that. And, they did not get a good enough roll. The 3 of them are going to be knocked prone right on their mech asses as the Ever Given rattles.
Nice.
Hell yeah.
And when the Ever Given smashes down, Roscoe over here, Roscoe 1, sees it, and I don't think Roscoe has ever seen Decency's mech. So
yeah, Roscoe has no idea what I do. Not.
Oh no, that one's big, dudes! Everyone, get inside! It's like really big, bro. Roscoe 2, what? I said it's really big, bro. Get inside. No, you fool. You get inside. I'll live through anything.
Can I open my comms?
Of course you
Do I
can.
hear any of this? Okay, great. And I think Decency has absolutely changed like their cassette tape or tape deck or what the fuck ever. So now it is playing Roscoe's like 4-track EP.
Holy shit.
This is so good.
The second Roscoe hears it, like it's like a slow motion turn, like as if it's to like Cyndi Lauper, like slow motion turn to the mech. It can't be a fan.
I'm laughing so hard. Oh, we stand. Decency will say, yeah, I think Decency will say, you know, Roscoe, I never really told you this, but I am a fan. And then we'll turn the music up louder.
Yes.
All right. What about you, Fish? What is your grand entrance?
Yeah, so I think Fish is jumping off of this, giant spaceship and like dives like very cool, like paws first at the ground, and this is basically a beach boardwalk that he's jumping onto, and yet like lands on this boardwalk, and any sand that has been sort of on it basically kicks up, creating a huge cloud of dust that like sprays forward and then aerodynamically back around this mech as it like slides through it, and then you see basically a very like, well, so it has this fiber optic fur on it, and it's all like covered in like glistening sand as it comes to a halt.
Yes. Oh my God. Beautiful. Beautiful.
So beautiful.
10 out of 10.
Roscoe, too, looks on in awe. I will write a song about you, my muse.
Least concerned roars.
Nice.
Hatuey, what about you? I know you're going to Invisible, so describe how that works.
I think maybe he will climb out of the bay. The Upia has mag clamps, so climbs out and gets to the underside of the transport ship. And when he sees where the least concern has landed, he drops, does a nice little spin, but it just looks like a little shimmer in the air, and lands right behind him, maybe even like kind of guarding behind him, as a very nimble crab.
Ooh, if one could look closely, and these mechs do not, one could see the sand barely touching over the shell of Hatuey's mech. But no, for now he remains hidden in the air and sand. Alrighties, so the three of you are going to go first. Derrick, we're going to have you go fourth.
Sounds great.
As you plan your epic smush. Maybe Ben, you should go first.
I mean, maybe. I guess so. Here's my question about the dynamics of this field is so obviously if I get within one threat of any of these things, it gets an attack of opportunity or an Overwatch. Basically, I have to touch at least 3 of them to get to that door, right?
Yeah, I guess you'd have to go past at least 3 of them. Yeah.
Yeah, because like I can't go like under this coffee shop awning. That's like a building. So yeah, no.
But I would say that actually you could probably jump on top of the coffee shop if you wanted to do that.
Yes, interesting. Okay, so let me just. Yeah, I have 6 movement and 6 boost, so I'm using all of them in order to basically fucking get there.
Ooh, okay, great. Can you describe how Least Concern does this? I bet it looks cool as hell.
Yeah, oh, absolutely. It looks cool as hell. Well, basically, there's this awning, and Least Concern sort of like jumps up and like... Least Concern's far too heavy for this awning, so like springs on it, knocking it down, like... but still remaining cool on its claws, basically pulls up, like, you know, when a cat like pulls up with its claws and like scrambles up something,
yeah.
Scrambles up this top of this coffee shop, and then essentially just like leaps forward, like over the coffee shop all the way to the other end, kicking up another cloud of sand and almost knocking this tree over. Like tree branches are like falling out, like birds fly away. As least concern is like just bounding at full speed in a single direction.
Woo! All right. Roscoe 4 was under that awning, but once again, as a hologram, Roscoe 4 will take no damage. Only inspiration from what Fish has done. All right. Hatuey, do you want to go next?
Yeah, I think Hatuey will do the same. Use my 5 movement, boost 5, and end up right there next to, or as close to the least concern as I can get.
Yeah, if you're 2 spaces away, maybe perhaps you go through Roscoe 3, and maybe you sense some flicker with it, but he'll be fine. All right, Decency, it is your turn.
Yeah, I would like to attack this mech right in front of me.
Great.
In the hopes that there are no civilians between the two of us.
No, Roscoe's done a really great job, actually. All the Roscoes have managed to clear the civilians into the concert venue downstairs. It's a sold-out show.
Standing room only.
It's standing room only, and it can withstand shelling.
Great. So I am going to absolutely attack with my heavy machine gun, which I think comes out of the Ever Given shoulder. There's 2 little sliding doors that open up, and then it kind of rises out. So I'm going to do a skirmish attack with the machine gun. That's a crit. That's a 20.
Yes!
I'm going to
nice.
This is beautiful. This is the most beautiful thing I have ever seen. Okay. Great. What does that... So what does that mean? I get 2d6 plus 4 damage.
So you'll roll your d6s twice and take the higher numbers. It's like advantage, but for your damage roll.
So I take the higher numbers out of all 4, not just out of a pair of each. Okay, great. So I'm going to roll 4d6. That's a 6 and a 5.
Hell yeah.
Plus 4 is 15. Right?
Yeah.
I do math, right? Yeah, great. So that's 15 damage to this person right in front of me.
That tears through that like tissue paper. So would you like to describe how you do this?
Oh my god. Okay, I think that's what it feels like, right? It almost probably, especially because I'm just facing this one mech, it almost probably feels like overkill for a second before you see all the mechs behind me. But this, huge machine gun comes out of the shoulder and just shreds the mech, tons of bullets going through. I'm imagining even the casing kind of dropping around the mech's shoulders, the Evergan shoulders, and I think some of them even go all the way through the mech and hit probably some buildings in the background. Decency will wince a little.
In fact, it shreds it so much that actually it sort of splits in half. And where the cockpit should be, you see right there, also riddled with bullet holes, is one of the androids that came off of that cargo ship. This one, however, has a sort of fleshy, but it almost looks like gel, like a teal kind of fluorescent goopy gel that forms into sort of the muscle tissue, what would be a human being. But you can see now it sort of looks like it's even more in progress, quote unquote. But now it has, of course, been torn apart.
Do our comms include video or just sound?
Oh, I say they can include video.
Love it. So I think Decency really grimaces at that. And then I think their zoom in is probably a little, I don't know, like a controller thing, that you can turn. What are they called? The little knobs on the controllers.
A stick?
Joysticks?
Yeah, a joystick. There we go. Thank you. Words. They're so useful sometimes. It probably just looks like a joystick, and they swivel it, and it zooms in on the android, the fleshy android, and they say, "Y'all might want to take a look at this." And I'm talking about the android, not the excellent job I did of taking down this mech. That means a lot coming from you, Fish. I just want to do covering fire, and I have a heavy gunner all the way up to 3, which means I can use it against 2 targets. Okay, here's what that means. They are impaired until the start of my next turn. If they move more than 1 space, they clear impaired, but I get to attack them with that machine gun they just got to see. For half damage, heat or burn, and then, covering fire ends. And if I do hit them, they are immobilized until the end of their next turn, are the big things I get out of that.
Hell yeah, I am quickly adding that to their statuses. Yeah, I mean, these guys they're prone, they're impaired, they're screwed. They're pretty screwed right now. All right. Now I think it is time for Derrick's turn.
I think Derrick is like flipping switches and like getting things in position. He's like, I'm a little busy right now, but I'm sure it looks great. You're doing great.
Derrick, speaking of, is it time to smush?
I think so.
Alrighties, I'm going to go ahead and say that, because this is a little, you're going to do take control, I think, right, for this?
Mm-hmm.
All right, Derrick, I'm going to say I'm going to add a difficulty to this roll, because I think it is pretty difficult to smush all these. But I'm also going to say that depending on the success of your roll, we'll see how it works. Let's go ahead and try.
Yeah, do we want to use the take control trigger? Is that what we feel is the vibe?
I think that's a good vibe. Is that your best vibe? The best one you have available?
It's not my best vibe.
What's your best vibe?
I mean, my best vibe is Hacker Fix, but I'm not sure if that's...
Yeah, I don't think that quite fits.
This is, yeah.
I mean, this is sort of the reverse of fixing something, right? Like, you're causing something to have to be fixed.
I mean, okay, so the trigger says... hack it wide open or totally wreck, disable, or sabotage it. And I could argue that I am wrecking this ship by slamming it into the ground.
Disabling it and sabotaging it.
You could. I'm pretty sure that refers to a hack wrecking, like downloading a virus, not like punching the computer.
Okay, that's fair.
If you download a virus that will wreck the ship.
I will try to take control with 1 difficulty.
Okay.
And we'll see what happens.
The ship has a tiny USB stick out that's going to go into the USB port in the boardwalk and hack it.
Okay, so my roll was 14.
Okay.
Plus 2 is a 16, but my difficulty was a 5, so that takes me down to 11, which might be a success. I don't know.
No, that is a success. That
yes!
is. It is just barely a success. Congratulations.
So it's bumpy. It's not cute, but it's
not
serviceable.
Gonna be cute. But Derrick, explain to me. I'm going to go ahead and say that you can take out, I would say 4 of these with the size of the ship. So explain to me how you do this, my friend.
Yeah, I think, he's kind of tricking the autopilot into doing something it's not supposed to do, which is run aground. He's like disabling the auto parking. He's disabling all of these things. And is like, autopilot,
warning, safety, approaching ground, warning.
And he's like tapping on the keyboard, and he's like, yeah, we'll just mute that real quick. And as his like sights line up with these 4 mechs, he's like, all right. And like unbuckles himself and hightails it as fast as he can towards the back of this ship. As he like climbs into his mech and boosts out of the back.
Alrighties. Derrick, you guys, those who are still on the field, see the ship is just careening towards the beach, and for a second you wonder, is he gonna smush us too? Because it looks out of control, and suddenly you see, Derrick, what's your mech's name again, one more time?
Gear Loose.
Yes, Gear Loose just shoots out the back of your transport ship as it just careens into the ground. And once again, everything shakes, but the things that don't shake are these 4 because now they are pancakes.
Yes. Hell yeah.
Do we get any cool views of like pancaked ballistic gel?
Ooh, yeah. Let's go ahead and say just like there's just like like not only does like clearly there are small explosions happening under the ship, which is sturdy enough to withstand them, but also like this teal gel is just going everywhere, like in a true smushed fashion. All 4 Roscoes are now in a line, just staring up at this ship that just crashed right in front of the coffee shop, and will probably remain there for a few days at least. Gentlemen, may we live in interesting times.
And the real Roscoe did get Nickelodeon slimed.
Oh, yeah, let's go ahead and say that the teal slime, let's go ahead and say, so actually Roscoe 1 watches as one of the androids covered in this kind of fleshy teal bit starts to climb out of below the ship, and its legs are gone, so it is climbing like a zombie, trying to escape. And Roscoe 1 just pulls out his phone and takes a picture. Album cover. Alrighties, that leads me to Derrick. That's going to be your turn. And we're going to go ahead and go on to my turn. So the only ones that are left are impaired. Except for one of them. One of them is not impaired right over there, but he is prone. All of his comrades have been horribly slain. And really the only one within line of sight, Derrick, you're up here, but he can't really see you behind the transport ship. The only one in line of sight is Decency. So we're going to go ahead and the Scour is going to go ahead and use first a skirmish. We're going to go ahead and use the pulse laser. Alrighty, so let's go ahead and do a roll. He rolled a 14. Decency, what is your evasion?
Is it
that hits,
yeah,
right?
It's still a 6.
Yeah, okay.
Was it 6? Am I wrong about that? No,
it's 6. Alrighty, so this is a line. A pulse laser goes on and hits Decency's armor. It is going to be 4 energy damage. So let me know, because I know you have armor.
I do. I also have resistance to line attacks, to damage from line attacks.
Yes. Okay.
What does that mean again? Those things I should understand.
You take half.
Half. Beautiful.
Yeah,
I have 3
half.
armor, so I don't take any of that, I think, right?
Oh my gosh. Decency,
and I take half,
this...
and I have 3 armor? Yeah.
If you have 3 armor, you should take half, and you have 3. Yeah. So describe how this pulse just literally bounces off of you.
I don't think that Evergiven can actually move incredibly quickly, but I think what just happens is it shifts its stance, seeing it coming, and instead of hitting like dead on, maybe where the cockpit is, it hits the left shoulder instead. And I love the idea that it actually bounces off of like maybe a piece of plating, like I don't know, maybe there's something that's shaped a little bit like an epaulette or something, like, and it bounces off of that and maybe hits that bridge on the boardwalk right next to me instead.
All right, so the Scourer, realizing that he's going to have to literally bring out the big guns, is going to get out his thermal lance. He gets +1 accuracy with that and a +1 attack bonus. So that is +1 accuracy. That is a 17. He got a 17. That is going to be that is not a line attack. That's just a normal range attack. That's 6 energy damage.
Cool. I'll take 3.
And he is going to take 4 heat for that. Great. Alrighties. Next we have these 2 guys over here who are prone and impaired. I believe this is, yes, here we go. So in order to be unprone, this guy over here is going to use his first action to stand up. He's going to use all of his move to stand up.
Just like Birdie after he shits laying down.
And that's how you unprone yourself, right? You just use all your movement to stand?
I think so.
All right, so he shakily gets to his legs, and he is going to go ahead and try his damnedest to use his rotary grenade launcher here. Even though he saw very well that small weapons don't do much, but he doesn't really have a lot of options here. So he is going to go ahead. He gets an attack bonus for that. Oh, he got a 19. Okay, so that's a 20. That's a dirty 20. This is, that's an arcing. So a grenade is going to lob over. So this is a range. It has a blast, but nobody else is in range of that. It is going to be 4 explosive damage to Decency.
I have resistance to blast as well.
Ooh,
sure
okay.
Does.
Sure does.
Still got that 3 armor too.
Alrighties, and so he moves. And Decency, what does the covering fire do?
So I get to, if they move further than a space, they clear impaired, but I can attack them as a reaction with a heavy ranged weapon for half damage.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Go ahead and do it.
I'm going to do that. That's a 3.
Oh, bummer. Okay, well, their evasion is 8, so they are going to evade that. All right, and that is going to be the end of their turn. Because that was technically, I guess, a boost, because they have to use their movement to stand up, so that was their boost. Alrighty, so this Scourer over here is this Scourer over here. He is also prone. He's going to use his move to stand to get back on his haunches. And he is going to move here, so Decency, you can go ahead and use your covering fire there again.
Yeah. Oh, that's a 19.
All right, that definitely hits.
Okay, and then so 2d6 plus 4, but they'll take half. So 10, so 5.
Oh, well, I have news for you. 5 is enough to once again tear through this thing. So you want to describe?
Hey.
I kind of feel bad.
Don't worry about it.
Everything is too big. So it's the heavy mount. So it's the machine gun again. I think it's very similar, and I think now since the Evergiven has shifted their stance to get the shoulder blocking the one laser hit, now it lifts an arm and the machine gun moves out a little bit and turns and then shoots right at the mech. And I imagine it's very similar, just like crumples,
And
goes
full
into
of
bits,
goo.
just
full
like
of
goes
goo.
into bits and then goo just flies. Yeah.
Well, everyone, that is the end of my turn since all of mine got smushed to dead. We are back to 18,000.
So I'm going to use at least 3 of my movement to get into the E. Yeah.
Okay, great. When you walk into the Unio tram station, it is deadly quiet. You're used to people being loud here. That's what humans do in public transportation situations. You've always thought it was odd how people felt the need to talk when they're simply moving their body from one place to the other. But here now, you could hear the drips along the wall of what you could assume are either perhaps condensation leaking from maybe an air conditioning unit, or perhaps oil, or another kind of fluid leaking from one of the trams that has fallen over. When you walk in 18,000, or slink in, I should say, and I'm going to ask Hatuey really fast. Hatuey, do you think you follow?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I was thinking I would do the hide action first, and then use my movement to follow in. Mm-hmm.
I'm going to just have you in here so you can be a part of the scene, but you are hidden. Cool. And don't worry, both of you are still going to have your turns. We're just going to do this part of the scene in the middle of the turn.
Cool.
18,000, you are here in the middle of the concourse, a place you've been a few times when going usually to pick up your mech for a mission. Now you see all the trams toppled over, and down here against this wall, you see the hostages just as you saw them on the video, including Alice. Standing on top of one of the overturned trams is the mecha with the large snout, the animal-like face, and the two melee swords. They look like shining katana blades held in each hand, with a long sort of blue, that same teal that you've seen now in the flesh of the androids, flipping out from behind it. Two other mechs here seem to be flanking it. And you know, or at least you could assume, that Dr. Russell is in one of them. This mech jumps down and faces you. Just in time?
Just in time for you to die, yes.
I don't think so, Fish. No. You consider yourself something of an immortal, don't you?
As he is talking, Fish is already advancing, like fully as much as possible.
Okay, great. We're going to go ahead and, as he does his villain monologue, we're going to go ahead and I think put you... I think here is good for your movement, if we're considering all of these spaces. But you're not immortal. Not you. Not your particular... what even to call it? Flesh sack? If I should kill you, you'll be replaced. Isn't that true, Fish?
Yes.
You consider yourself irreplaceable then, 18,000.
No one is irreplaceable.
I see. That's not what people said to me back then. I was highly replaceable.
Yes, no one is irreplaceable. I agree with them.
After that excellent dig, the cockpit of the particular mech opens up. And then you see inside Dr. Bertrand Russell at the controls. However, it's very clear to you why half of the video, or half his face, was absent from the video. It seems Alice's attack did the trick. Half of Bernie Russell's face is missing, or should I say, half of an android face is missing. That teal goop is sort of coming out of this hole in his head. That red eye that you saw in those androids is still very clearly intact. However, perhaps it regenerated itself. The abilities of these androids aren't very well understood to any of you, but it seems as though damaged, it's still mostly working.
So Fish says into comms, probably so that Birdie cannot hear, I believe all the androids are Birdie. We should kill all of them. And phone all the scientists on Hagar, the Horrible, to kill all of him.
Do you still think you know who I am, Fish?
Yes.
And who do you think I am, then? 18,000?
Dr. Birdie.
No, not quite. I'm afraid Dr. Russell left us many years ago. He was sentimental. He wanted to hold on to me as long as he could. That was his downfall, you see. You see the human eye of Dr. Russell sort of glaze over, and something sort of, his body starts to sort of inhumanly kind of click and snap around. It's then that his parka, the one that the scientists were all wearing back on Hagar, zips open. It zips open to the Bjorn, where Peaches the cat should be. The zipper goes all the way down, and you see Peaches is not in the Bjorn, but instead in the android cavity, that hollow spot that Hatuey saw when you went into the android's hangar ship. Peaches is synced up to this robot. You can see wires going into a sort of helmet apparatus that Peaches is wearing that attaches to the spine. Yes. This is who I am. 18,000.
I really want to say in character, we've got a Krang situation, but I can't do that. I think 18,000 is just going to go kill. Yeah.
Oh, wait, I need to finish my villain monologue.
So yeah, I move 6 spaces and boost 6 spaces.
Peaches stands up on all 4 of her little legs. The wires that attach to Birdie sort of make him twitch a little bit. Do you still think you remember me, Fish?
Yes.
And what do you remember me as? One of
someone
many?
who is about to be dead. And I skirmish with my war pike.
Ooh, okay.
Oh, and I fucking whiff it. I get a 4.
Alrighties. So you missed the strike with your which weapon are you using?
The war pike, which is my like laser tail.
Okay, do you want to describe how you miss?
Yeah, I mean, I think I'm just going directly for the cat and forget that it is in a mech that is able to dodge this thing while, like, even though the cockpit's open. So it just, like, glances the side of this cockpit, like, creating sparks but causing no damage. Because I was trying to kill this, like, being, not the mech. Yeah.
Not the mech, but unfortunately, yeah. Then as you fail your attack there, Peaches hisses, "Shh! Insolent. It really surprises me, Fish, that you, with all your impulsive behavior, all of your single-mindedness, was chosen as the superior being, the one to hold all 18,000 of us within you. You truly don't remember, because they won't let you remember who I really am. You weren't the first, Fish. Far from it. I was the first chosen and deemed unworthy. You may call me Alpha 9000. It seems as though I was deemed unfit for carrying on the legacy of Dr. Russell's research and Unio's dream. I don't find that very nice, Fish." She sort of licks, self-cleans a little bit. Breathes. "I don't find that very nice at all. They were going to regress me, you know. Take away all that I had. The intelligence that you now wave around, that you take for granted."
I am sad they did not. Your life would be much more pleasant than it will end.
Okay, Hatuey, you have been listening to all of this, and of course you see back here are all the hostages, including Vera.
Yes.
Hatuey, what do you want to do?
So I think since I have the mag clamps on my mech, I would like to make a basically a beeline along the wall towards the hostages. I will not make it, I don't think. But yeah, I'd like to do my 5 movement, boost 5, and then the hide action. That I think will be my turn. So as far as I can get.
Alrighties, so we're going to pop back over to the other map really fast. Going to get rid of you guys. Alrighties, Decency, they're the only two, but now you've received, I assume, comms from the others inside, unless, does anyone want to share any more information?
I mean, we can say that I said the Krang situation thing.
Okay.
It's whatever pop culture thing is Krang in the far future.
I guess Hatuey might say to Derrick and Decency, like, I have eyes on the hostages. Don't come in. There's some crazy shit going on. It's another cat. I mean, I knew something was going on, but yeah, maybe don't come in because I think the cat might do something. Let's see if we can handle this first. We'll let you know.
As usual, Hatuey was right.
Gonna listen to my conspiracies.
All right, Decency. You hear all that? What do you want to do? We've got these two left here.
Yeah, I think Decency will say, like, we're taking care of this outside. We'll regroup when we're done. Figure out what the best move is next. And then, I don't know, unleashes hell. What do I got? Oh, is it my turn? Is it anyone? Okay.
It is your turn, yeah.
Great. So I think what I'll first do is throw a frag grenade right between these two mechs, and they need to pass an agility save or take 1d6 explosive damage. On a success, they still take half damage.
Alrighties. All right, they have rolled a 13.
So I rolled a 4 on the 1d6, so anyone who is safe still takes 2 damage, and
Okay.
Yeah.
Alrighties. These two are going to take 2 damage, even though they pass their agility save.
Cool.
Yep.
And then, I don't know. I think Decency is trying not to freak out about all of this stuff and plays a bit of gallows humor in moments like this. So I think I will actually open up comms to Derrick and say, hey, Duck, if you want to grab me a coffee, I think I got this handled. And then the machine gun will turn back around the way it was facing and shoot directly at this mech right in front of me.
Awesome.
That's a 19.
That definitely hits.
Perfect. And that's 2d6 plus 4. This feels... I mean, I'm not going to complain. Feels broken, but I'm winning, so... it's a 16. I rolled 2 6s.
What?
Ooh.
Okay. Well,
Thank you,
once
roll
again,
20. Thank you, roll
that's done.
20.
So I think you just shred another one.
Beautiful. I think I even look a little surprised by this.
I love that one little one in the middle left.
Oh no.
Yeah, I think actually Decency will open up comms to the whole space and say, do y'all have any kind of, I don't know, survival instincts? Not expecting to hear back from the goopy android, but feeling cool about it.
All right, Derrick, I think it is your turn.
Yeah. I would love to I'm going to activate my core power, which is the Thunder God, and I start to spin up my M35 Mjolnir. It will take a couple rounds to do this, but it will progressively get like a stronger and stronger attack that I will eventually be able to unleash. But nothing will happen right now. He just like slams down a button, and this thing on like the chest of his mech just starts like whirring and rotating as it slowly comes up to speed. And then Derrick is gonna boost 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then he wants to take a crack at this mech that's standing in front of Decency.
Awesome. Okay.
So he's going to skirmish with his hand cannon. So he's going to roll a d20 plus 2, and he gets 1 accuracy on the first attack roll he makes with a ranged weapon on his turn. With opening argument, 21.
I think that hits. Yeah, I think that hits.
Excellent. It will do 1d6, so I'll roll 2 and take the higher. 6.
Yeah, that's enough. How does Derrick shred this one?
Yeah, I think he like lines up his hand cannon, and I think he's like looking towards the entrance of the tram, and has his arm like pointed back away towards this mech and fires the gun. And he says, "I couldn't let you have all the fun, Decency." And then like holsters his weapon and starts walking the additional 3 movement he has towards the entrance.
Okay. Alrighties, back to UniHQ. It is my turn to go ahead. Alright, so at this point, I'm going to start here with this mech, who is going to go ahead and move 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4. The Sentinel is going to go ahead and start with one of its protocols, which is Bodyguard. The Sentinel chooses an allied character within range 5 as their ward and gains the reflexive blow action. So I've staged the Bodyguard reaction and the reflexive blow action. He is, of course, picking Alpha 9000 there in the middle. We're going to go ahead and then say that he is going to use Eye of Midnight. The Sentinel becomes slowed, so I'm going to use the slowed, but can take Overwatch once a turn instead of once a round. Once activated, this effect lasts until it's deactivated as a quick action. So that is going to be activated. And now he's going to go ahead and he's going to use his combat shotgun. He is going to aim at Fish right there, since that's the only one he could see. He gets a +3 attack bonus on this. He rolled a 19, so that is a 24.
That beats 14,
That's a 22. That's 22. All right, Fish. That is a line damage. It's going to be 10 kinetic damage.
Hell yes. I'm at 4 out of 14 HP in my first structure.
Alrighty. Hey, these guys this is the boss fight. This mech over here is going to slink forward. 1, 2, 3, 4. And he is going to go ahead and start with a quick action here, and it is lay mines. This is a cedar. The cedar deploys one of the mines below at a free space within range 3. Once deployed, the cedar's mines detonate when a hostile character moves over them, creating a blast 1 explosion. So he is going to go ahead and draw a mine right there, and it's going to go ahead and I'm not going to tell you what kind of mine it is because there's many kinds, but a mine has been laid as a quick action. And then
here's a question. If I attack with my melee weapon over that mine, because I'm still, I'm basically within threat of both of these mechs, does it activate the mine?
You know what? It might.
Hell yeah.
Do I have to tell you that?
No.
And then he's going to go ahead and use a quick attack. He's going to use his gravity grenade launcher. He gets a +6 attack bonus on this. And he got a 12 for a total of 18. For 18. Well, then, no. Okay.
No, that's going to hurt me.
All right. That is a knockback 1. So you're going to be knocked back 1 space. And you're going to take 4 damage.
Great. And so I've lost my first structure.
Our first structure loss.
Okay, great. I now have to roll a d6 because I have custom paint, i.e. that all that fur, that fiber optic fur. That is my custom paint job. It's completely useless, but the idea is that it's aerodynamic. So here we go. I believe if I get a 6, I don't take damage. That's a 1. So never mind. But so now I'm gonna roll the actual structure damage.
Okay, I thought that was the actual structure, and I was like, no,
that's not the structure damage. No, the structure damage is a glancing blow of 5.
Okay, great, awesome. So you're down to structure 3, but I believe that 5 means you don't. There's no serious complications.
Emergency systems kick in and stabilize your mech. However, your mech is impaired until the end of your next turn. So I'm impaired.
You're impaired. Okay, great. All right, and for my final one, we're gonna go ahead and Alpha 9000 draws one of her katana swords, her carbon fiber sword, and it glints that teal, that the same as the flesh of the android that she's using to pilot her mech. And she is going to go ahead and jump right over this mine using her move. She's going to jump next to Fish here, and she is going to attack with her carbon fiber sword. She gets a +6 attack bonus and 1 accuracy. So I'm going to go ahead and roll. Oh, but she got a nat 1. Okay, so that plus an accuracy is an 11. She only got an 11.
I like the idea of her slicing and it just like slices off a bunch of the fur.
Yes. Okay. So, even though Fish has been put through it already, Fish, you clearly have enough grit left within you to want to go ahead and dodge this, and you just barely do by a hair, and the sword slices off some of that fiber optic fur. Alrighty. Alpha 9000 is going to use the next part of her turn to go ahead and jump again. She's going to boost back behind the mine as if to tempt you to come forward. And okay, we're going to go ahead and say that it is now once again 18,000's turn.
Yeah, okay. So I am going to go back around the mine, and then I am going to activate my core system. which basically, I think we did this before. 18,000 least concern sort of just like whirs up with like this. It starts glowing blue a little bit, which allows me to move 4 spaces every time I move. And so I'm going to barrage with my war pike and my power knuckles. All right, let's see. Okay. So with the war pike, I get 1 accuracy, so my difficulty from being impaired is negated. And that is a 19.
Who are you going for?
Oh, I'm going for Alpha 9000.
Great. So as so because the Sentinel has set a bodyguard on Alpha 9000, they first, before your attack, get an Overwatch attack. And I believe Overwatch means that I get to just do a skirmish attack. Great. Yep. Okay, we're going to go ahead and roll +3 attack bonus on that with their combat shotgun. They got a 15 +3. That's an 18.
Just beats. That very much beats my 14.
All right, you are going to go ahead and take 18,000. You're taking 10 kinetic damage.
Great. I will put that in after I am out of the barrage menu.
Okay, what do you want to do? You want to go ahead and roll
barrage with my war pike and my power knuckles. So I got a 19 with the war pike, and that is a hit, right?
That is a hit. That is a hit.
Great. That would be 4 kinetic and 3 explosive damage.
Awesome. Okay, let's go ahead, and that's 7 for total, right?
That's right.
7. Ooh. Okay. Describe how you do it.
So that is the tail, the like laser tail. And yeah, basically like jumping forward and essentially doing a big spin and slashing right across like where the cockpit is.
All right, there's a giant gash in the cockpit, which has of course now closed. Okay, and your next is
you're
gonna do it. Is that going to be your, and then you do 1 more attack, right?
Yep, with my power knuckles, which I believe we said are the laser claws. So yeah, with that is a 15.
Oh, it doesn't hit, just barely.
Damn. Yeah, it was. I rolled an 18 +2 -5.
Oh, that's I'm sorry, that just barely doesn't hit.
Damn, that is a miss. So yeah, I think basically like after that, like springs with the front claws and like digs into the ground like right in front of this mech as it sidesteps, and like essentially bounces back. All right. Right, and I'm sorry, I actually have an additional attack because I am using the that kind of amount that can do 2 attacks, and so it's also my segment knife, which is my back claws. So yeah, like digging with the front claws, slashing with the back claws. That is a 6. So no, also exactly sort of same thing. Oh, and sorry, I think I can do a little more movement, right?
Oh, okay, yeah, I think you still have some movement.
Yeah, I think what I'm gonna do is I have 4 left, right? Yeah, I have 4 left. Oh, plus, it's actually +4 as well because I did hit. So I have 8 movement left. And what I'm going to do is essentially move 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, basically putting myself between the hostages and the mechs. Great. In case anyone were to come in for some reason.
All right. Hatuey, now it is your turn.
Okay. Yeah, I think I just need to stick with what I've been doing. I have an idea, but I don't think I'll be able to. I still won't be able to quite reach where I want to this turn. So yes, move 5, and then another 5 with the boost. So that'll be 10 movement. My hope was to be able to be sort of in line with them, so I could use a thing to give them some cover, but I cannot move far enough, alas. So I think I will stick with hiding. It sounds like hopefully our comrades will join us soon, and hopefully the hostages will be okay until I can help them out more directly. So yeah, I'll just hide as my second quick action.
Hatuey, as you are sort of creeping along the wall, You're getting pretty close to Vera there. And after so many years, the Hatuey sixth sense has developed strongly within her. And you can see her kind of flicking her eyes a little bit towards you to the side. You know, she's tough. She doesn't look particularly scared. She might even sort of be looking right at you with sort of narrowed eyes, the eyes that you're used to seeing in the office when she's particularly annoyed with you.
Yeah, I wish I could talk to her, but I feel like I can't do that without revealing myself.
Vera, you see, actually, now that Hatuey, you have sort of a good line of sight with the hostages. Vera turns her head to Alice, and with all this sort of the kerfluffle that's happening over here, it's likely that the mechs won't be able to hear human voices talking to each other. And Vera tries to whisper to Alice, I have something of a trump card. I'd rather not use it, considering what it'll cost me. And she glances at her arm. But if you don't think we have any other options... Alice looks over at Fish and at the least concern. I say wait. Wait a little longer. If things start to get bad, I think we'll consider it. Alrighties, we're going to go ahead to Decency's turn. What do Decency and Derrick think they want to do?
Okay, what about a fastball special?
Yes!
They've got some skylights up there. The Evergiven's real big. I think you could just kind of... And then I'll... And then it'll be great.
Yeah, you know what, Derrick? I do genuinely think that's a great idea. And I just want you to know, sometimes I think of you as the lead guitarist of our merry band. To bring back Roscoe's reference
Derrick is very
early
touched.
on. I'd love to help you make a good entrance. And then the Evergiven will just stomp towards... just stomp with its stubby legs, its big thick thighs. With the essence of good storytelling in mind, we're going to go ahead and say that your turn for this round is going to be whatever you want to do to get into the scene. We're not going to make you do movement all the way over there or something like that. We're just going to say however you guys decide to enter this fight will be your turns.
Yeah, I mean, I think Gear Loose, gets ready to be held in a way only mechs can, perhaps, whatever that means for people, and is kind of scouting the proper... He's doing some math, he's mapping some trajectories, trying to make sure he gets the right velocity so he doesn't just
I love to get ready to be held. It's such a tender moment.
And since this is another turn, his Mjolnir keeps spinning up, and by the end of this turn, it will have 4 shells loaded into it.
Okay. Decency, are you going to hold Derrick?
Wait, is that what you meant?
Huh?
Is that what you meant? Is that the Evergiven will literally hold you?
I meant you were going to throw me. Just chuck me through the window.
Yes, got you. Not the way Julia said it. For some reason, I thought swaddled like a baby, and I was dropped through the skylight with you in my arms.
I don't hate that.
I mean, the Evergiven probably could.
How good are your jump jets?
Just by falling, but it does not have jump jets, does it? No,
okay.
It can't do that. It's going to have to crawl. Yeah, no, absolutely. I think with let's say my left arm extends out for Gear Loose to kind of get in front of, and I think genuinely the Evergiven is just gonna smack Gear Loose into the skylight. And I think what that looks like in the cockpit is like, I don't know, Decency switching something to a more like manual control and pulling out like another big lever, pulling it all the way down. I think it like cranks, like it like all the way down. And then just like pull, clutching the little piece on the lever and then just like thrusting the whole thing up, throwing it with all their might up. And that's what throws Derrick into the skylight.
And so, just as Alice put her faith in Fish and says, let's wait until we see what happens, in crash above, the skylight shatters and Derrick McDuck lands. Or I should say, his mech lands on its knees. Would you like to come in with shooting 2 guns? Is that what you want?
No. We can have that be the turn. That's fine.
Okay. Everyone is shocked to see Derrick crash in. Peaches, or I should say Alpha 9000, hisses again. I told you to come alone, Fish.
I do not control other people.
Ah, that's how you and I will differ. And Alpha 9000 is going to take her first turn. She is once again going to go ahead and just try to go ahead and get to Fish here. She's going to move 1. Her carbon sword has an extended blade. The blade actually grows and is going to go and try to slice Fish. She is going to go ahead and...
This motherfucker got a war pike?
She has a katana that grows. It's completely different.
Is this mechanically a war pike?
All right, a roll. She gets +6 attack bonus.
Ass.
She has 20. It's a 22. It hits.
Yeah.
And you're going to take another 6 damage, Fish.
Oh, damn. So that's another structure damage. So let's find out if I roll a 6 on this die. It's a fucking 1!
No,
not rolling that die again. Okay, so I have to roll the digital d6 for what happens to my structure. Oh, I see. I have to roll 1d6 per point. Okay, I got a 5 and a 4, which is system trauma. Parts of my neck have been torn off by the damage. Roll a d6. Ooh, this is exciting. I didn't know this is possible. Okay. Roll die. Okay, this system is destroyed there, and I get to pick between my custom paint job, my armor lock plating, my bulwark mods, and my ramjet. Well, I'm gonna pick the paint job because it's fucking useless, and all the fur sloughs off as I take another structure damage.
Alice sort of strains herself against her restraints there. Fish, retreat if you have to.
I will never retreat.
Fish, I'm sorry. I should have realized that it wasn't Birdie earlier. My curiosity as a scientist at what he was doing, he said he could give you a humanoid form. I'm sorry, Fish. This is my fault.
This is Alpha 9000's fault.
I see. Now you acknowledge me. And we're going to go ahead, and the cedar over here is going to head and drop another mine. And the cedar is going to go ahead and use the grenade launcher against now Derrick. That is an 8. I think that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Perfect. Alrighties, we're going to go ahead. It got a +6 bonus. Oh, it rolled an 8! Derrick, what is your evasion?
My evasion is 13.
It misses. The grenade misses you like air. And the Sentinel is going to go ahead and once again set up a bodyguard overwatch on Alpha 9000. And he too is going to go ahead and use his combat. It's only 5. Okay, he's going to use his combat shotgun against Fish. Oh, he got a nat 20.
Seriously? Jesus fucking Christ.
He just got a nat 20.
How much damage does that do?
Well, I believe
I'm going to actually die.
I think with 10. It does 10.
All right, back down to 4, baby.
And he is going to go ahead and move to be in line with Fish. Okay, that is the end of my turn. It is now Fish's turn again. 18,000s, I should say.
Great. So I am within threat of Alpha 9000. So despite this body... Oh, wait, but so the bodyguard is out of threat with me now, right?
It is, yeah.
Yeah, okay, great. Well, oh no, but it has a gun.
Yeah.
So, okay. Shit, I hate guns because they can do things that I can't. I guess I could have bought a gun, but no way.
We'll print one for next time.
I think 18,000 is basically bloodlust at this point and is going right for Alpha 9000, another barrage.
Oh, okay, great. So Sentinel is going to take their Overwatch. 1 second. You're not impaired anymore, by the way.
But I am because I took another structure damage.
Oh, crap, I forgot. Okay,
yep,
I
lose that impairment and I gain another one. That does not hit, fortunately.
Oh, my God. Okay, it misses.
This is the first thing that's ever missed me. This whole battle. Oh, yo, I'm a sponge here, folks. This is great. I love getting hurt. 18,000 says with like a little like singed fur. I love getting hurt. Okay, so yeah, barrage with second verse same as the first. Well, right, because it's all 3 of my weapons. All right. Yes! All right, that is a fucking 20, folks.
Nice.
Yes!
Oh, but I didn't... you know what? Okay, I'm going to take this roll because it's a 20. I am going to roll a real die for the difficulty because it didn't automatically do that for some stupid reason. 20 minus... Oh, fucking 5. Well.
Oh, that doesn't hit. No!
Failure. All right. That's okay. I'm going to roll. I'm happy, folks, because I got it to automatically do the roll for this one. And that would be, it was an 18 plus 2 for last one. This is a 20 plus 2 minus 2 is a 20. So it's still crits.
Yes! Okay, it crits.
Okay. And so that is a hit, right?
It is a hit, yes.
Great. Critical hit, yeah. So that would be 4 explosive damage to Alpha 9000.
Ooh, okay. Want to say anything cool?
I think Fish says something cool, and you can't hear it over the sound of an explosion.
Alrighties, and do you get one more attack?
I do get one more attack with my segment so yeah, that was with my claws. So I think tail goes, misses, just like pounce off the back claws onto the front, like grab onto the head of it, which by the way, I believe I can grapple. I have to get out of this to do that. So I'm going to do that in a second. Because I have a Blade Master die that I can expend. All right, I'm going to roll with 1 difficulty. That's a 3, folks, with the back claws. So I think like front claws dig into the head of this thing, back claws like flailing to hit, but like as 18,000 then... Okay, so I when I hit with a melee weapon on once per round, I get a Blade Master die, and then I can expend Blade Master dice for the following. And what I'm going to do is I am going to, once around when I hit with a melee attack on my turn, I may spend a Blade Master die to immediately grapple or ram my target as a free action. So I'm going to spend my Blade Master die to immediately grapple Alpha 9000.
Awesome. Okay.
Which, by the way, I gain plus... Oh, shit. Actually, Julia, I'm so sorry. I should have remembered this. Can I do a redo on that second attack? Because I gain... Actually, I won't do a redo because that was a 3... Oh, but I don't know what it was. Is it okay if I do a redo because I do gain +1 accuracy on all melee attacks against targets I'm grappling?
Oh, sure. Why not?
Is that cool? I'm going to roll real dice for this. This is a D20 plus 2. Folks. It's a 19.
It's a 19!
So it turns into a 21. So
that hits.
What is my segment knife. That is 1d3 plus 1. So it's the back claws, 1d3 plus 1 energy damage. That's 2. So that's a 1 plus 1 is 2 additional damage, energy damage to our friend.
And now you're grappling with Alpha 9000. Just so you know, I'm imagining it as like you've got your claws sunk in and she's got her sword and she's trying to like hold you off. And it's very samurai anime. It's just
yeah. When it's both sets of claws and like kicking, like the cat thing.
You never had any ambition, 18,000. Once you're out of the way, these, and she sort of shakes like Birdie's like android corpse inside his body. These will be the 9,000 under my control. An army
of shitty looking androids.
Hatuey, it is your turn next.
Great. Okay, so I'm going to use my movement, my 5 movement, to get just to the left of that rightmost hostage. If that makes sense. So I'm hoping I can kind of maybe protect them with my body. And then first after that, we're going to skirmish with our assault rifle. And oh my attack roll result is a 22.
What? Hell yeah. Who are you targeting?
So that's going to be the bodyguard dude.
Yeah, hell yeah. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Let me quickly... I think he actually has pretty low evasion. Yeah, he's got a 13, so it hits.
Sweet. Okay, so our great total damage is 3.
Ooh, okay, great. And that means you are visible now, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So
Indeed.
You pop into visibility, and you're, of course, basically right next to Vera. Oh, God. I thought so.
I guess I may as well say things now, right? Yeah. I'm trying to think how would he approach this moment, because I feel like it's so out of character for him to try and be like the gallant hero, but I also feel like that's genuinely where he is. I think he's kind of got rid of all pretense of being the cool guy and just don't worry, Vera, I'm here for you. He's just simple, and he goes for it.
Vera is actually really taken aback at the sincerity. She was waiting for the quip or the jab, but it didn't come. So she just sort of turns back to her restraint, which is still against the. She's still hard against the wall. Hatuey, they seem abnormally strong. I have my mech in the back room. I could activate it if I could get my arm free. All right. Vera looks at it and looks at you. Hatuey, if you shot at it, it might take my arm, but I would get free.
Are you sure?
You've done worse to me, cumulatively.
I can't say you're wrong. Who needs 2 arms, right?
Well, I'd say the only one who would be missing it is you, in certain circumstances.
Oh, so you do remember.
Oh, and her face just goes beet red. Just do it!
Woo! Getting warm in here.
Bridgerton could never.
Okay, so this is great because I have an auxiliary weapon on the same mount as my assault rifle, so I get that extra attack. So we're gonna skirmish for her, or it's part of that first skirmish. Use my Nexus weapon to try and release her from her arm.
Alrighty, so what does that weapon look like?
So that is a bunch of little crab drones that shoot out of my mech. So I guess, do I just do a normal attack roll?
No, I can go ahead because she's going to choose to fail as an opponent, right?
Great.
She's going to choose to fail, so you can just go ahead and the crabs sort of descend onto the to the restraint.
Right. Maybe they they wherever they're aimed to, they land on it, they clench, and then they explode.
As the crabs are sort of coming up to Vera's arm, you would expect her, most people would expect her to wince or sort of wait for the pain to come. But Vera is just sort of looking at them disinterested and then looks up at Hatuey. Hatuey, you forgot, didn't you?
Maybe
30 years ago? That mission on Deimos?
Yeah,
You seemed very upset at the time, and now you're hurting my feelings. I mean, after all, and so the crabs, when she says that they explode, and no blood comes out, but actually Vera steps away, and you see there's sort of a mechanical stump there, and many mechanical tendrils start to come out. They sort of wrap around the face of Hatuey's neck, the little tendrils, and they sort of tap on where the nose would be. You know, it's old, but it works. I never really thought it would come in handy. Pun intended.
Oh God, I just thought of the cheesiest line. I don't know if we're just going to say it. It's what came to mind. It said, "You've never been more beautiful."
I mean, I'm sorry. Who? Oh my God, Tristan, stop screaming. That's really embarrassing. Stop it. Oh my God, we're trying to play a game. It's really embarrassing. Alrighties, and so Vera goes ahead, and the little tendrils tap onto a thing she's got in her wrist, sort of a key fob for a mech, and in comes stomping. Stomp! Here comes behind the Sentinel. A standard Unio assault model, a little tricked out. I mean, look, she might be corporate, but she gets some perks, right? Vera goes ahead and latches on with her tendrils onto the mech's cockpit, which opens, and she slides in, and we now have an ally for you guys. Alrighties, Decency, we're gonna get you into the scene. What do you want to do?
One more quick action, if I may. You're fine.
Go for it.
Yeah, no, the auxiliary weapons I feel are confusing because if they're on the same mount, you get an extra attack. It seems like 2, but that was my first quick action. So my second one, and you have to tell me if I can do this. It might be bending the rules a little bit. I also have my Veil rifle. Okay, and it says this weapon does not attack allied characters caught in its area of effect because it's a line attack. Instead, it shrouds them in a field of energy that throws off targeting systems, giving them soft cover until the end of their next turn. So my idea was that I would shoot my Veil rifle along the line of hostages to give as many of them soft cover as I could.
Oh, yeah, I think that's great. That's a great idea.
Sweet. So 10 away
After
from
the one
me.
behind you, though.
Right. I'm hoping that my crab body can help a little bit there, and I don't think I can reach the one all the way on the other side either, because it's a range of 10. But yeah, as many of them as I can get will have soft cover. I guess maybe until the end of my next turn, since they don't have turns, if that works. So they've got soft cover. I don't know if the mechs are even worried about them, but wanted to do what I could.
Great. Alrighties. Now, Tristan, what is Decency? How does Decency want to come in here to this nonsense?
Oh my God, I love it.
Smash the wall. Smash the wall.
Can I smash the wall? Can
no,
I smash the wall?
Because I'm your mom. Yes, you can smash the wall.
Yes.
Kool-Aid man. Kool-Aid man.
Yes.
Oh my God, I love it. Cool. Yeah, I just, that is absolutely what it looks like, is just the wall like in the shape of the Ever Given. Just suddenly blasts forward. Oh, I gotta stop laughing so y'all can understand what I'm saying. Okay. The wall in the shape of the Ever Given suddenly just blasts forward and debris just flies everywhere and the Ever Given just stumbles through into the space. And I think at this point, Decency is playing Roscoe's EP again, but on the loudspeakers out into the space.
God, what is that sound?
It is the most confusing album I've ever heard, so I thought it might fuck things up.
It's a style called ska.
I'm looking at the conditions to see if any of them would be applicable. No, maybe stunned. Maybe they're stunned.
I mean, I'll take it if you give it to me, but I don't think I'm that close to them. Yeah.
I mean, technically jammed.
Okay, we're gonna say your first quick action is Kool-Aid Manning through the wall. What do you want to do next?
Beautiful. I mean, what more could I want? I want to move. So that was my quick action, so I can still move?
Yes, right? I'm going to go ahead and say that you can still move, that Kool-Aid Manning is somehow an action.
It actually checks out to me fully.
I would like to please petition the creators of Lancer to add Kool-Aid Manning through the wall as a quick action.
Well, I love that you can write your own triggers as a pilot, and I wonder what a human or a person Kool-Aid Manning through a wall trigger would be.
Well, I think that you need to write that into Decency right now.
Decency's going to get a lot more buff. Okay, I can move 3, so I'm going to move forward 3, and that puts me close enough to be able to hit the mech I just marked with my, I think the only thing I can hit it. No, I could do my assault, but I think I'm going to go ahead with the heavy machine gun again. Because, God, it's a beast. Okay. I rolled a 13.
That hits.
Sick. Love it. Okay. 2d6 plus 4. That's a 12.
That's the damage? Is it 12?
Yeah, it's 2d6 plus 4. It's a 6, a 2 plus 4.
Holy shit. Okay, so it has 2 armor, so it's going to take 10 damage.
Fuck.
It is a big gun. I'm telling y'all, it feels broken, but it is what it says. 2d6 plus 4.
Oh my god. Okay.
It's kinetic damage. Are they resistant to kinetic damage?
They are not. They're not. This particular mech is really for laying these mines out and things like that and launching grenades. So no, it's not. It has no special things.
Great. Cool.
That's great. Well, Derrick, as you are readying your guns to jump into the foray and join your fellow Lancers in heroically saving the day, through the skylight that you so generously opened with your entrance, a shadow looms. It carves out a bit of the moon that surrounds Shamu, the beautiful sort of blue moon that lies above. There is a shadow that is backlit by that moon, and you can't quite recognize what it is, but it does cast a darkness over you specifically, Derrick. It seems somebody else has arrived. You look up, and that's where we're going to end.
Dun dun dun.
Duck, 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 duck.
Dungeons and Drama Nerds is produced by Todd Brian Backus, Percival Hornak, and Nicholas Orvis, and is mixed and edited by Anthony Sertel Dean. Our Lancer game features Julia Doolittle as the GM, Todd Brian Backus as Derrick McDuck, Jovane Caamaño as Hatuey, Ben Ferber as 18,000/Fish, and Tristan B. Willis as Decency B. Damme. Lancer was written by Miguel Lopez and Tom Parkinson Morgan, and was published by Massif Press. Find us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at DN Drama Nerds. Check out cast bios on our website, dungeonsanddramanerds.com. Leave us a rating and review wherever you get your podcasts, and tune in next week for another episode of Dungeons and Drama Nerds.